Right then, welcome back to another vid. I thought I'd make a quick pickups vid. It's always the default vid to go to if you haven't made a video for a while, even though it's not been too long, about a week, I think. But if you've not made a video for a while, or you just want to make something really quick, the best one to do is a pickup vid. It gets you back into the groove and all the rest of it. And to be honest, I've got a few games here, so it's definitely enough to constitute a pickup vid. I think there's, well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games altogether across 3 different formats. Or is it 4? 3 or 4, whatever. So yeah, let's show you what they are without further ado. Or, without further ado, as some people say. Racists. But anyway, first up for the Commodore Amiga is Powermonger. Now, this is a game I had back in the day. I love it, I really do. And just looking at the box, the sides, I love the red as well, it looks really cool. Yeah, it really takes me back. Now, this came out in 1990, he says, as I struggle to find 1990 written on the back. It definitely did come out in 1990. I'm going to look at the disc. Yeah, there you go. On the disc, it says 1990. It comes boxed and complete, as the old saying used to go, probably still does. And a lot of extra information there, just basic kind of paraphernalia, and literature, you know, registration cards and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, you'll all know what Powermonger is, I'm sure. But if you're not, just think of like a Command & Conquer, an Age of Empires, a Populous, although if you know what Populous is, you'll know what Powermonger is. So yeah, really good game. In fact, can you even see, again, you'll know what this game is all about, I'm sure. But it's just a god sim, that's all it is. And one of the many, many, many hundreds, quite literally, of Amiga and Atari ST games which really take me back. And I've said this before, I'll say it now, and I'll say it again so many times in the future. But for me, I mean, I don't have any real inclination to put this on today or tomorrow or anytime soon for that matter. But just knowing I've got it, putting it on the shelf and seeing it there, it just, when I look at it, when I pick it up and I look at the back, it reminds me of people and places and times. And I just love that. I get a real kick out of that kind of early 90s, late 80s, early to mid 90s, maybe late 90s as well actually, games. I really do enjoy it. So obviously I have bought it to play. I've not just put it there or bought it to stick it on a shelf as an ornament. I want to play it, I will get into it. But there's no real rush or urgency. Just knowing I've got it, like I say, is enough for me. And I can just walk into the room and it just makes me feel, you know, like it's 1990, 1991 again. It's a really weird thing, unless you know what I mean, and then it'll make sense. So that's that. And that's for the Commodore Amiga. Now, these are a little bit out of sync, so I'm going to do them in whatever order they kind of come to me in. So that leads me on to this one. This is for the Xbox 360. It's a game which is apparently as tough as nails, and it's Dark Souls, the sequel to Demon Souls. Demon Souls I had on the PlayStation 3. I never got round to playing it. I literally don't even think I put the disc in the tray. If I did, I probably turned it off after a few minutes. So I've no real idea how hard it is, other than hearing other people say it's rock hard. Boxed and complete. As the saying goes again. So yeah, really glad to get it. It was really cheap, around about $4, which is around about £2.50, give or take. And there's the spine, of course, in case it's different in your region, you never know. And I like the cover, looks very good. So even though it's meant to be really, really hard, I'm pretty certain I can get to grips with it. Maybe I'm a bit delusional there. I'm sure once I stick it on, I'll be like, bloody hell, this is actually really, really hard. But we'll see. Now, I'm not sure, I should say, whether you should really play Demon Souls first, before playing Dark Souls. Maybe, maybe not, I'm not sure. If that's the case, then I might go back and buy the first one. If it's kind of a standalone thing where you don't have to have played the first one to play the second, then I'll probably just stick with that one. But we'll see. If I see the original cheap, I'll get it. Next one up is another 360 game. So despite saying this is out of sync, I'm showing a 360 game after a 360 game. And this is Need for Speed Most Wanted, the limited edition version. Now, apparently, the definitive version, if I'm going to say it right, or did I say it right to begin with? I don't know. But the definitive version is for the Wii U. Now, I've got a Wii U. Do I play it a lot? Not really. Will I in the future? Possibly. It's not, for me, got too many great games out right now. I guess I could save this for another vid. But I have got one. I'm not really using it, but I was considering getting Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Wii U, with it apparently being the best version. But, you know, I saw it going cheap for the 360, and I thought, why not? Excuse me. And also, as you can see on the front there, apparently it's better with Kinect on the Xbox 360. Now, I'm curious, you know, because with Kinect, which I've got, and by the way, if you didn't know I've got the original Kinect, then, well, I do. But you'd have to go back, I think, 4 years since I had it on a pickup vid. And it was a Christmas pickup vid. I asked for one. My wife said, what do you want? I said, I'll have Kinect, please, for the 360. And I got it, and I enjoyed it. And it's fun. It still is. It is a good little thing to have, but it's very quirky. And it's not something which, you know, I'd really recommend as such. You've kind of got to be in the mood. I mean, if you've got a few people around for like a party game, then it's fun. It's a laugh. It really is. But it's not to be taken too seriously. But for what it is, I think it's pretty decent. Although, obviously, it gets a lot of flack because I think, you know, it doesn't really go for the hardcore gamers. It's more of a family thing or a friends kind of chilling out, having a bit of fun, a party kind of thing. That's what it is. And if you think of that and if you bear that in mind whilst you're playing it and using it, then I think you'll enjoy it. But if not, you're probably not going to take it seriously. But anyway, I do digress. So you can use a Kinect with this, but it got me thinking, because how is that going to work? I mean, I've not even looked at YouTube vids yet, but I wonder if you could, like, when you go and buy someone, like, do the wanker sign. Probably not, actually. But you never know. That'd be funny if you could, road rage, and it'd pick up, like, you're swearing. Maybe not. Because I think it was it a FIFA game? Probably, I'm guessing it must have been on the original Kinect, or maybe it was for FIFA 14, I'm not sure. But I'm sure if you swore, the microphone picked you up on it, and the commentator said something like, any more of that and you'll probably be sent to the touchline, or you know, get a touchline ban or something weird like that. Which you could say was a nice little feature, but I thought was ridiculous. Because it really, if anything, encouraged you to swear, so you can see that reaction. But whatever. Next one up is for, let's do another Amiga one. This is the last Amiga game for this pickup vid. Again, it's another one which really does take me back. I think this, I was going to actually say this probably came out before Powermonger. Apparently not, this came out in 1991. Maybe I'm just thinking, obviously, of the... Well, not maybe, I clearly am thinking of the first game. This is a sequel, and it's Switchblade II, and this is probably going to mean nothing to you, but when I look at this cover, again, it instantly takes me back to looking at magazines such as, you know, ST Action, the one for ST, the one for Amiga, Amiga Format, Games X, which I still need to cover more of those magazines. Well, I need to cover them all eventually. Zero, if anyone remembers that, C&VG, and the list goes on. And it really does take me back and makes me feel like it's that era. Yet another one of those games, I can walk in this room, see it on the shelf, and think, oh my god, it just feels like pure nostalgia in here. So again, it's all complete. Really pleased to get it. Initially, I was going to get it on the ST, but every time I look, it's always pretty pricey on the ST, bizarrely. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to get it for the Amiga. It was, I think, $5.99. I want to buy it now. And I'm happy to pay that. Now, I did pay a little bit more, technically, because I got it with Powermonger from the same seller, and the price for shipping was hiked up a little bit. They do take the piss. Just as a guess, I think to ship those two games over to America, two Amiga games, like these ones, for example, the two I've shown, you're probably looking at around about shipping maybe £6, maybe at a stretch. But of course, I'm usually charged £6 each, or sometimes they try and quote you more, and it's silly. It's really silly. But anyway, I digress. Next up is a game for the Mega Drive. PAL, obviously, because of the nostalgia. I saw this on eBay the other day, and I thought I've just got to buy it. It was a buy it now. It was $10 or like $9.97 or something, including shipping. So let's just round it off and say $10, which is around about £6.50. Now, I've probably paid a little bit more. I'm not sure what it goes for in the UK, but I didn't care. I didn't want to order it from the UK, then pay more shipping, and then have like maybe a 2-week delay while I waited it for for it to arrive. I just thought I'd just pay the $10, get it, have it, enjoy it, and everything else that goes with it. So that game is Chakan, or Shakan, or Chaka Khan, if anyone remembers Chaka Khan. Yeah, basically it's a side-scrolling fighter, beat-em-up, kind of a shooter, more of a beat-em-up, I think, or hack-em-up, that kind of thing. Nice little creature there on the front, and I like the front cover. And again, it's another one that reminds me, of back in the late 80s and early 90s. Again, 1992 according to this one, so it would be early 90s. Annoyingly, not that it should matter, it's missing the hanging tab. Really kind of annoys me, so eventually I'm going to have to replace that. It's still got a bit of the Sega seal in there. So it's boxed, it's complete, it's in good condition. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about that. Really pleased to get it, and I'm sure you know what this game's all about, even though I just tried to describe it a minute ago. But like you can see on the back there, it's just your typical Amiga platformer, side-scroller kind of game, but I'm pleased to get it. And that's the thing these days. If I see a game that I want that maybe I haven't got, I mean, it's got to be interesting. I just wouldn't buy any old nonsense just for the sake of it, like I used to do. But, you know, I'm just going to probably buy all my PAL games, or the majority, that are for sale on eBay.com, because of, like I say, the postage just takes the mickey, it really does. So 2 games left, both for the Xbox, one for the 360 and one for the Xbox One. The first up is Payday II. Now, this is a game I had, well, technically I guess still have, on the PlayStation 3, and I believe it was a PS3 exclusive, at least when it came to the PlayStation and the Xbox. And I also think it was a downloadable game only, if I'm remembering that right, and I think I am. So it's basically a first-person shooter, cops and robbers, that kind of thing. It's all right, it's pretty good. It looks quite nice graphically, but already a little bit dated. Even though it did come out in 2013, so quite a relatively new game. But yeah, pleased to get it. When I played and owned, still do, like I say, the PlayStation 3 version, I really wanted to get the physical copy of the game. But to my knowledge, they never released it, or at least haven't yet. Maybe they might do like a best of, like a compilation in the future, I'm not sure. So when I heard they were going to get Payday 2 as a physical release, I was really going to get it. I thought, that's it, I'm going to get it, but it's just taken me 2 years to do it. It's alright, it's not amazing. I think I've just got 2 or 3 achievements on it so far. Not that I really go for achievements or anything, but that gives you an indication of how little I've really played it. But it's alright, it's alright. And last but not least, this is a bit embarrassing, for 2 reasons. One, it's a game called Dying Light on the Xbox One, and again, there's the spines. And now, the embarrassing thing about this, 2 things. One is I paid pretty much the full price release retail value, which is what, $50, $55, maybe even $60, whatever it was. And it's something I don't really do, but I was feeling a little bit flush, a little bit greedy. I was on eBay, I was getting 1 or 2 other things, sorry, Amazon, and I was buying 1 or 2 other things, and I thought, you know what? Let's just get it, why not? It had just came out, I think, the previous day. So, I've heard good things about it. It's basically zombies, if it wasn't already obvious on there. It looks quite good. So that's a ridiculous thing, is the fact that I paid full price when, if I had just waited a few weeks, a couple of months, this is going to come down easily $10, $20. But the really embarrassing and ridiculous thing is that I was going to put this on, because I've not played this for about 2 weeks, maybe a bit more. I may go on it later on, we'll see. But I was going to put it on, was it Friday night? And at 36 years of age, very nearly 37, I know you wouldn't guess, maybe some days you would, like today, for example. But at 36, nearly 37 years of age, I was too scared to put this on. I was too scared to put this on around about 11:30 at night. Because what happens in the game is, I feel stupid saying that, what happens, and if you've done something similar, you're not allowed to laugh. So, but yeah, or if you're the kind of person who's walked upstairs after watching a horror movie and you've just had a little look behind you, just in case someone's there. Of course, they're not there. But we all do it, don't we? I think it's natural, really, to be scared. But anyway, it's a kind of game where during the day, again, I've played it for like less than an hour, but from what I can decipher so far, the kind of game that during the day, the zombies are pretty much, they're ridiculous. They're easy prey. You can pick them off easily. They don't really chase you. They're not going to do a lot of damage unless you're an idiot and you manage to get caught in amongst a huddle of them, if you like, a group of them. But at night, they become pretty vicious. They're fast, they climb. If you make a noise, they're more likely to hunt you down and get you. So it's just, it puts you on edge. And even though I really wanted to play it the other night, it was pitch black outside, obviously, as it would be at 11:30. And I was just too scared to put it on. How embarrassing. I can't even believe I've said that on camera. I'll deny it in the future if you ever bring it up. So so that's that. But yeah, I was really scared to play it. But I'll man up. I'll toughen up and I'll get round to it eventually. And I'm pleased to get it. It's meant to be a good game. From what I've played so far, it's all right. It's not terrible, obviously. I don't think it's amazing. Could I have waited? Yes, I could have, really. It just plays basically like a more of an updated version of something like a Dead Island for the 360 and the PS3. And I think it's made by the same people, actually. So it probably explains that one. So that's that. There's the games for the 360, the Amiga, the Mega Drive, and the Xbox One. So really pleased to get them, and I'll be back with more videos soon. Whenever. Could be tomorrow, could be next week, as and when. Thanks for watching. See you later.